Hey everyone, it's Sasha here. So I know a lot of you have been reaching out to me asking me, Sasha, where can I promote my Fiverr gig? I know, Fiverr's getting a little crazy. So you know what? I decided to do an update to this course and give you guys a whole video based around where you can promote your Fiverr gig and how you can go about doing that. So without further ado, let's dive right in, and I'm going to be showing you exactly where you can promote your Fiverr gigs. So I know Fiverr's gotten a little bit crazy over the last few months and weeks with their new update, and I know it's a lot harder to get the initial sales that, used to be pretty much easy. So I know you have to work a little bit harder for it now. So I wanted to help you guys out. So this whole video is just going to be based around Fiverr gig promotion and where you can promote your Fiverr gig. So that got a little messed up, but you know what? It's okay. So basically what I'm doing is this first slide is going to be all about the easiest methods, and then it's going to get slightly harder as we go along. So if you just keep that in mind, start with all these suggestions that I'm going to be giving you here first, and then as we go along, they'll get more and more complex. So first of all, reach out to friends and family. That's the first thing that I suggest that you do, because obviously people that know you, like you, and trust you are going to be more likely to buy from you and leave good reviews. So that's why I recommend doing that first and foremost. I know it may be a little bit difficult, but do try and sit down, think about people in your life who are working on a business right now or have something to do with the online world, because that's usually what a lot of these Fiverr services have to do with. Or, whatever your particular Fiverr gig may be, just sit down and think about people in your life who may need your service. And then go ahead and reach out to them via email, phone, whatever it may be, and say, you know what, I would really appreciate it if, you could leave me a good review here, or whatever best. Your relationships with these people the best. So if it's close friends, maybe just ask them to buy a gig from you so that you can get some more reviews, and just be straight out, flat out, honest with them. Or if it's people that you don't know as well, then actually try to find people that you could actually provide this service for that would actually benefit their business in some way. That's one of my favorite ways to get an initial start with your reviews. I know, especially right now, it's kind of hard and challenging for new Fiverr sellers to get those first few reviews online, and really the sweet spot is like 10 reviews. If you can get at least 10 5-star reviews, then more and more people will start buying from you, and you'll get more sales on Fiverr. And also, I just wanted to mention, if you're going through a little bit of a slow period, sometimes you need to reboost your views or your reviews. So what I mean by that is, let's say that you've been on Fiverr for a while, but your sales are slowing down. You're not getting as many sales as you used to. So what you need to do is you need to get more reviews again, and try and get 5 to 10 more new reviews, and then Fiverr should see that, okay, they're picking up the pace, and then they're going to naturally promote your gig more often. That's what I found that works. Also, you can offer discounts for repeat customers or people that have come to you quite often. Another thing that you can do is offer discounts for, let's say that you have repeat customers. You can also give them discounts for giving you referrals. So say, what I like to do is like, hey, I'm doing a special right now. Anyone that refers people to me and they buy through me, you'll get a free gig or something like that. It does, and it make it your base gig. It doesn't have to be something astronomical. It should probably be just within the $5 or $10 range if you're going to be giving anything away for free. You don't want to give them, too much, because obviously you're here to make money. But the point of what we're trying to do right here is we're trying to get you more sales and more reviews so that Fiverr will naturally promote your gig on their own. So sometimes you have to, start the churn it a little bit, get it going, and then Fiverr will naturally take it from there. So like I said, for example, people that have bought from you, multiple times, you may be able to offer them a deal like, for right now until the end of the month, buy 2 gigs and get one free, or something similar like that. You can maybe even do buy one, get one free if you're able to offer something like that. So just think of incentives that you can give people to make them want to buy from you. Because right now, I know competition is super duper high on Fiverr. So you just have to really be thinking about, how can I make myself stand out from the crowd, and how can I give people the best deal possible while still being and making a profit myself, right? Also, now some people that I've browsed around, I've looked on Fiverr forums, I've looked on social media sites, and I've been gathering a few ideas for you guys when it comes to promotion. And some people have said that they've had a lot of success with Twitter. Now, personally, I'm not on Twitter, so I can't speak for that directly. However, the method that they said that they used oftentimes was they'll go ahead and they'll make a Twitter account with the gig keyword. So let's say that you were in, let's just say that you're doing like SEO services. So you want to make sure that you have the word SEO somewhere in your Twitter account or in that profile. And then you would simply go ahead and follow hundreds of different people that would be likely to be interested in buying that gig. And how I would go do that is basically I would search for people that were looking up the word SEO or SEO services. And then I would go add those people to my Twitter account, as friends, and follow those people. So that way you can reach out to them and offer them your services, and that you're getting the most targeted groups of people. You don't want to simply go on there and just add a bunch of random people, because who knows if they even need your service. So you want to try and add people that you think will be looking for those types of services. The first place that I do recommend going is Facebook, for sure. You could reach out to your friends on Facebook, anyone that you think will need your gigs or your services. You can also add and join Facebook groups. And I have a list of some Facebook groups that you guys can go ahead and join. There's tons of them out there though. So outside of the list that I'm going to give you, go ahead and check Facebook for other groups as well, because there are specific groups, like some of them break down by country even. There's one specifically for Pakistan, there's ones for India, there's ones for the US. So depending on where you're located, you can join different Facebook groups based on your location and your country. Also, you can use Facebook ads to promote your to promote your Fiverr gigs if you are making that much money. I've never done this personally because I didn't have to. Also, for my Fiverr gigs, the price point probably wasn't high enough for me to go ahead and do Facebook ads. But you know what? If you're a writer, especially, I suggest writing because there can be a very high price point with writing, and yet there's still a super high demand. Also, with things like press release distributions or even press release writing, some of those things are very high demand and high paying as well. So anything that's very high paying within Fiverr, then you could go ahead and use Facebook ads to promote those things. The one thing that I will tell you though, targeting is everything when it comes to Facebook ads. So you need to make sure that you know what types of people need and are looking for your services before you decide to do Facebook ads for promoting your Fiverr gigs. You need to be as specific as possible, so that way you're not wasting your money. And just to give you guys some idea, you can spend like $5 per ad on a Facebook, or like $5 per Facebook ad. However, that can add up quickly, like per day. So that can add up quickly, and sometimes you can get a bunch of impressions, but that doesn't always mean that you're going to get a ton of click-throughs. So here's the two most important things to know. You definitely have to get super laser targeted when it comes to your audience for Facebook ads. That's number one. And number two is you need to have really good and attention-grabbing graphics or images for your Facebook ads. If you're going to be doing video ads, then you want to make sure that they're well done, they're very descriptive of the service that you're providing, and you probably want to go ahead and include yourself in the video as well. But for now, I'd probably just recommend the image Facebook ads unless you already have some experience with doing Facebook video ads. So that's just throwing that out there. Also, you can go ahead and promote on Instagram as well. You can also make short videos for YouTube that are closely related to your gig, and you can use that as a platform to promote your gigs and your services. So, for example, let's just stick with the SEO example for right now. Let's say that you were in the SEO industry, you have some SEO gigs on Fiverr. So, some things that you could do is just make like a short 5, 10, probably no longer than 15 minutes video on something like why social media optimization is so important and why it's necessary. And then at the very end of the video, you could simply link out and say, hey, if you need SEO optimization and you don't want to go about doing it yourself, then go here, and basically you're linking out to your Fiverr gig. So that's another way that you can go about promoting your gigs as well. Also on LinkedIn, you can share your gig on your LinkedIn profile, and then you can message certain connections who may be in need of your services. That is a very good idea. And because LinkedIn is usually business to business or mostly all professionals, then there's going to be a lot of people on there that will need your services. But again, with all of these types of promotions, do not be spammy, okay? So you want to think about it in the way that if you needed services, how would you want to be promoted to? You probably don't want to just be spammed, right? You don't want to just have all these links shoved in your face. You probably want to be more educated about, well, what's your process like? What service do you provide? Why are you the best, right? So think about it in terms like that of how can you give value to these people and really display the benefits for them, because that's what's going to help them go ahead and buy from you. Oh, sorry that this got messed up, guys. Okay, some other sites that you can use as well as Quora or Yahoo Answers. So people go on there all the time to find different answers to questions, right? Well, people go on Quora all the time to look for marketing answers or to find marketing tools or marketing services. So you want to do a little quick search on Quora, and let's say that you're in the SEO industry. Type in SEO or SEO services or SEO optimization or whatever your particular gig has to do with, and then start browsing around the site and see what answers have been left. And if there haven't been a ton of answers left for a particular question, then you can go ahead and leave your link to your gig. Now, I wouldn't just recommend just simply leaving your link to your gig and that's it. I would write a little something saying, yes, SEO optimization is necessary because XYZ, and it will also help you with da-da-da-da-da. If you would like someone to help you with optimizing your website or your content, I can definitely help you with that at a reasonable price, and then put your Fiverr gig link, right? So that makes it a lot more valuable. Another thing that you can use is social bookmarking sites. So places like Dig or StumbleUpon or Reddit or Delicious or Slashdot, all of those places can be utilized to go ahead and promote your gig and your services as well. Again, with all of these things, just with the forums, with everything, you don't want to be spammy. So do find ways to be creative and be value giving while you're still posting your links to your gigs. Same thing goes for forums. Now, you do want to find closely related forums whenever possible. You don't want to just go on any old forum for whatever and just start posting your links around. That's not probably going to get you much, if any, sales at all. So if you are in like the SEO industry, you want to go to forums like Warrior Forum or Black Hat World or I think it's Digital Marketing Point, or there's a bunch. Basically you want to just go to Google, type in whatever your niche is or topic is, and then put in forums, and it'll come up with a list of closely related forums for that particular topic that you can go and find people that need your services on there. And also you can also create slides and post them to SlideShare as well. Now, some other methods include blog commenting. So you can go find blogs that are related to your particular topic or service, and you can simply go and browse through their different blog posts that they have. And on specifically, you want to make sure they're very closely related to your blog or to your gig topic. So, for example, let's say that you're on a blog that's talking about optimizing your website for the search engines and how to optimize all your content or your images. Then you could go ahead and leave a nice little comment in the comment section that says, yes, optimization is so important. It really does increase your presence on the search engines, and it helps Google index all your content faster. And if you guys need help with this, I have very reasonable prices on Fiverr. You can simply contact me here and then leave a link to your gig, and that would be a good way to go ahead and leave a blog comment and promote your gig at the same time. So you can also contact these different blog owners, and you can ask them about working with them on certain promotional posts, or say that, I have a few ideas for some guest posts. Would you be interested in collaborating? And if they say yes, then you could also reach out and say, then I would like to at least be able to promote this particular gig. Would that be all right? And usually they'll let you link out to at least one of your pieces of real estate around the internet, right? They usually at least let you link out to like your blog or your website. But in this case, you want to link out to your Fiverr gigs. So that's another way. You could also add the little Fiverr seller badge to your website or to your blog if you have one. And finally, you can write closely related blog posts around, whatever your gig topic may be. Let's say that you're in like the post-production industry. You could give an example of why having high quality audio and visuals is really important. And then you could leave a little link somewhere. Probably you want to link out to your gig if you're writing your own blog post at least 2 to 3 times throughout the post. Once at the beginning, once somewhere in the middle, and then once again at the end. And that should help a lot of people be able to go ahead and click through to your Fiverr gigs and get you more exposure that way. Now, finally, I wanted to just sum everything up again for everyone. When you are on Fiverr, how to keep the best ratings and achieve the best levels possible. So remember to stay logged in for 7 to 8 hours every day. It's best if you can stay logged in at the times that your audience is logged in. I know that's not always possible, but I do recommend at least being logged in for 7 hours out of the day, so that way Fiverr sees that you're very active on there and that you check in often. And that's also going to help you keep your response rates high as well. Also, you want to research the most popular keywords on Fiverr by using the Fiverr search bar. I know that this is not the end-all be-all, especially now that the competition has increased, but it still does matter because you want to make sure that you're using the right terms that Fiverr is using in their tags and things like that, and that other people are using to type in to find those services. So that's why that's important. Also, you want to use your keywords in your gig titles and in your gig descriptions. I also recommend that you try to insert one of your main keywords inside of your packages as well, if possible. Also, you want to make sure that your profile and that your gig descriptions are fully and completely filled out. And I do recommend that you have a person's face as your profile picture. And I do suggest that it's your own, because I think that that instills even more trust. But I understand if you you don't want to show your own face, or that you want to use someone else's, but make sure that it is a person, because people like to buy from other people, and they like to know that you're human, and that there's an actual person delivering on the other end, and that you're not just some faceless corporation. Also, make sure that you have really attention-grabbing gig covers or thumbnails or a video. And I would recommend that they're very brightly colored and bold text, because basically, and a good way to know how you should design these things is to type in your gig niche or topic into the Fiverr search bar, see all the different things that pop up, all the different results, and then kind of just look at them, analyze it from take a step back, analyze it, and then ask yourself, okay, what is there? Mostly dark colors here? Is there mostly light colors? What would stand out against all these other sellers? And you also want to look at what they're doing right. So if there's a lot of covers that are using the same formatting and the same types of images, then you probably want to go ahead and use similar types of images and similar types of formatting. But you still want to go ahead and ask yourself, how am I going to stand out? How can I make my gig image pop? How can I make it stand out from the rest of the crowd? Also, you want to keep your response and your delivery times high. That's just goes without saying. That's always been important, and it's even more important now that Fiverr's checking in month after month to see how you're doing, because no more are we guaranteed a particular seller status, which is it's a major bummer, guys. It is. But I'm trying to do my best to give you guys the tips that will help you keep your seller ratings high, and hopefully be able to stay a top level seller, or at least a level 2 seller, for as long as possible. You also want to keep your refund rates as low as possible. I know that's not always possible to do. Sometimes we go over on delivery times. Things happen. I understand that. But we do want to keep those things as low as humanly possible, so that way we can better meet all the criteria that Fiverr has for their sellers now. And another little note is that if you are having problems with meeting your delivery times, like let's say that you're going over on those delivery times too much, simply extend your delivery times by 1 day, and I'm sure that will help you, because it's better to have longer delivery times than it is to go over and be late for deliveries, because Fiverr will definitely penalize you for that. And of course, it kind of goes without saying, but I did want to mention it. Get as many reviews as possible. That seems to be one of the main things, the main elements that leads to more and more sales now, is how many reviews do you have. So that really helps a lot. Also, finally, last but certainly not least, never ever put your gigs on vacation mode, okay? That will just kill your gigs. So I don't want that to happen to you guys. I don't want you guys to lose all promotion that you've previously had, and that's what happens when you put your gigs on vacation mode. Why does Fiverr do that? I have no idea, and I think they have a lot of bugs to work out, but I'm just trying to give you guys the best rules to follow so that you have the most success on Fiverr for now and in the future. So with that being said, I hope you guys have found this video helpful. I hope I've given you a lot more ideas when it comes to places and sites to promote your gigs on. Simply check the resources for a list of Facebook groups that you guys can join, and be sure to also do your own searches when it comes to Facebook groups, because you're going to find a lot more than even the ones that I have listed here. So I hope you found this video helpful, and yeah, if you liked this whole course, be sure to leave me 5 stars. I'd really appreciate it. And oh, yes, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to message me anytime and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can.